Longbeards in Broadbeam's boys and girls Shabuk, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer, Third Age Total War, where we are continuing the quest for Khazad-dûm as Balin and company make their way across Mirkwood towards the Misty Mountains to reclaim the ancestral halls of Khazad-dûm, Moria. So far, we've made it almost all the way through Mirkwood. We're going to emerge out the other side of it pretty soon. And then we head south towards Dimrildale and then into the gates of Moria itself. And then, you know, hopefully we don't all get murderated by the Balrog and his orc chums. Right. So here we are. I think we just finished our turn. Oh, we were about to begin a new turn, weren't we? I think we need to move here-ish. It hasn't got the red arrow pointing me to where we need to go because I don't think the script is quite active yet until I hit the end turn button. But if I were to just move over here, we'd probably be alright. Bjorn's Hall! Interesting. So there it is. We're probably going to go pay a visit to Bjorn and the Bjornings. Nice. Well, let's hit end turn, I guess. We've still got a big pile of cash left over. We don't want to go spending too much of it willy-nilly. I don't suppose we can get any... We can get some mercenaries. We can get some Bjorning riders and Bjorning warriors. Let's see. Any good? Middling at best, I would say. But then again, you know, we're comparing them to dwarves who have ridiculous defense stats, so they have a much better charge bonus than any of my units, I think. Yeah, they even have a better charge bonus than the Dragon Slayers, so that's the thing. And some Bjorning riders, who I think might be an awful lot more useful. Let's have a little read of this, shall we? Oh, my cat's here with us, by the way. If you can hear his jingly bell as he shakes his head, that'll be why. He's taking up most of the desk right now. I'm sort of trying to play the game around him at the moment. The Bjornings are a people who inhabit the Vales of Anduin, and the followers of the mighty Bjorn. Though not all possess the shape-shifting ability of their kin, they are nevertheless proud, fierce warriors, and possess great strength in their own right. Preferring raw power over defense, these ferocious men march to war with little armor protection, but with an incredible attack strength. Woe betide the orc who stands in the way of a Bjorning charge. Morale good, morale response impetuous, movement speed 105%, so a bit faster than regular. Terrain bonus forest, grasslands, and snow. Terrain malice barren, bonus against wargs and oliphauns, apparently. Interesting. I'll take some, I think, and then Bjorning riders. Valesmen are the ancestors of the Rohirrim, and the horse breeding skill of their people still runs true, and so they ride across the Anduin in majesty and with pride. Despite the hardy nature of their cavalry, their human population is low, and they cannot form many battalions of horsemen, so the Valesmen take to forming up their numerous scouts into groups of dependable cavalry units. The Outriders take their name from the scouting nature of their role. They seek out the enemy and only engage if victory is assured. Many of the men in the Outrider formations are simple woodsmen or farmers, but their strong mounts ensure they can still pack a punch. Bonus against wargs and horses, apparently. Welcome aboard. We're off to kill some orcs. Would you like to come with us? The foot warriors cause fear. That'd be cool if they did. Oh yes, they frighten nearby enemy infantry. That's excellent. You're quite right, thanks. Good spot. Well done. Alright. In turn, see what happens. We've got a red arrow telling us to go that way. Bride presented. I'm going to go with no for that. Elven support depart. As I suspected, the elves are going to leave us now that we've left Mirkwood. Their mission is complete, for we have left Mirkwood. The elven archers will now return to their homes, no doubt to report to the Elven King himself. No matter, they were useful while with our company, and we will not forget the help they sent us. Well, alright, fair enough, lads. The fickleness of elves. But fine. And go back and tell Thranduil we pulled his chums out, asses out of the fire back there. We are the richest. Oh, we're not the richest faction anymore. That is now the clans of Enedwaith, apparently. Really? These lads down here are the richest? That surprises me. It's not a faction that screams riches to me, but there it is. All right, I think we want to go here. The arrows disappeared again. I'm gonna save before I hit and turn here in case I got it wrong. Didn't know Balin needed to be married off, but okay. I almost assumed he was married already, actually. That's kind of odd. For some reason, I thought he was. This is going to carry on for a while, it seems. Maybe once we're established in Moria, right? If he doesn't die of old age first, because I believe there's a hard limit on how old a character can be in this game. Someone explained this in the comments on the YouTube VOD for the first episode. There's a hard-coded limit on how old characters can be in this game, which is why even the elf characters don't have their correct ages displayed. I think you can, the maximum age is like, I don't know, like 90 or something. And so they've got Balin in here as 54, but that's sort of like 54 in human years, if you like. You know, versus dwarf years or cat years or dog years or whatever. So he's the equivalent age of a human at 54, I would guess, by looking at this. So apparently some of the elf characters in the game, they start off in their teens in order to ensure that over the course of a campaign none of them die of old age. So even with 4 turns per year, Balin's eventually going to die in this campaign of old age if he isn't, you know, struck down by an orc arrow first. It's a shame that Flurry Stonehand isn't with us as another hero character, actually, because he's explicitly mentioned in the book of Mozabel. Yeah, he's not even a retinue member actually either. We've got Owen and Ori, but no Flurry. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I'm a bit sort of... Oh, it wants to go all the way down there. All right, hold on a minute. I'm just going to load our wee quick save so I can not waste a turn's worth of movement. What's the name of this mod? It's called Divide and Conquer. You can find it on ModDB. Right. Yeah, I couldn't see the arrow because it wants me to go all the way down here. There we go. Ooh, Bjornings are on the move. Patrolling the roads. Yeah, I think his bodyguard is replenishing, which is excellent news. Took a bit of a beating in Mirkwood, those guys, but honestly, I'm glad it was them that took the casualties rather than one of our other units. Ultimately, it didn't matter, I suppose, because... Oh, guys! By my beard! By Durin's eyebrows, you're getting in my way. Please move. What units these guys got? Bjorning shield bearers. Interesting.
Speak to our dignitaries.
Store hunters. Ah, here we go. The origins of the hobbits remains a mystery, but it is believed that after coming from the east, the hobbits have settled in the upper vale of Anduin, near the Gladden Fields. It was from this place that they made their first contact with the Northmen who lived nearby. Relations were friendly and soon trade was established. After the arrival of the necromancer from Dol Guldur, it became dangerous for them to remain in the area where they lived, and thus they were forced to flee to safer regions. Most of them inhabited the areas where the Gladden flowed into the River Anduin. Years later, they were forced to flee once again from their villages because of the rise of the Witch King and his evil kingdom of Angmar. While most of the hobbits went westwards to settle in Eriador, some decided to remain in the Gladden Fields, and others forsook the journey to Eriador and went back to their old settlements. Since that time, the hobbits, who are mainly of Storish ancestry, have survived in the upper Vale of Anduin. Despite being weak warriors, they have managed to survive, mainly due to their secretive way of life. Morale poor. Oh dear. Not a bad range on those bows, though. Shouldn't hobbits throw / sling rocks? No. The hobbits are noted in the books as being quite proficient with the bow. That's definitely a thing. I mean, they use it for hunting small animals, mostly, but they are good shots with a bow. That's not necessarily true, actually. If HGN1EG, you and your crafty username, that always causes me to short circuit a bit every time I try to read it. Frodo was able to read the letters; he recognized them, but he didn't recognize the language they were written in. So, it'd be like recognizing the Cyrillic alphabet, but not being able to read Ukrainian. If you wanna put it that way. I don't know if Ukrainians use the same alphabet as Russians. I'm just assuming that they do. Don't at me. But that was actually the way it went. If I recall, it's been a while since I read it, but I'm pretty sure Frodo recognized that it was Elvish script, but he didn't recognize the language. He knew the letters, but not the language. It was gibberish to him. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked again. All I have to do is right-click on the map and press end turn. It's not exactly hard work here.
My lord.
You could handle going back to Medieval 2. Medieval 2 is great, man. Graphically, it's not even that bad, and it also has, honestly, better AI than some of the modern Total War games. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, Medieval 2's AI is surprisingly competent. Path blocked again by more Bjornings. Here at Fenholm. Volkrid. Hello. Some store hunters. I don't know why. I have this weird compulsion to pronounce it the German way. Steurs. German hobbits from the Vale of Anduin. I don't know why. I'm almost certain it's not pronounced that way.
Aye, my king.
King of Rohan is dead. With the death of the late king, his heir has succeeded to the throne. The lords know not whether to find fear or comfort in this knowledge. Does that mean Theoden's dead or someone else? I think it might mean Theoden's copped it. That's interesting. Minas Morgul is besieged. Well, that's also very interesting. The great fortress of Minas Morgul is under siege. Sauron has many enemies, and some of those now form together to strike at his very borders. Whatever the outcome, this bodes ill for the forces who seek refuge in the growing shadow, as their very borders and strongholds are under attack. Go on, Gondor! Go on! Give them some! Go on, lad! Operations improved. The Woodland Realm. Outstanding! Alright, we're on good terms with the Woodland Elves now, which is nice. Ithilien has been reclaimed as well, naturally, if they're laying siege to Minas Morgul. The lands surrounding the Emin Arnen have been swept clear of enemy forces. The fighting was fierce, yet the might of Gondor prevailed. The brave soldiers fought with the courage and skill of their forefathers of old. This is a day of celebration. The enemy have paid dearly, and many of their warriors lie dead, strewn between the hills and surrounding woodlands. With the enemy vanquished, the bases within the Emin Arnen will once again become the staging area for forays into the forest of Ithilien and beyond. Well, well, well. Let's see if that actually continues, though, as the game progresses. I mean, Gondor might just march all over Mordor and kick their asses, which wouldn't be... I mean, that would be typical Total War shenanigans, honestly, but you never know. There might be a sudden and very swift reversal of fortunes in our future. Not that we particularly care right now. We're up here in Ravanion, like, not giving a crap about any of that nonsense going down in the south. Usually the AI gets curb stomped by Mordor on the south ones. I heard from someone, I think he was in the comments, who actually has played a campaign as Gondor in this, and Mordor just absolutely swamps you with hordes and hordes and hordes of stacks and stacks of orcs. And I imagine the Gondor AI probably isn't very good at dealing with that, so... You're rooting for Barlim and Butterbur over here in Bree to form a new trading empire. In Eriador. Yeah, fair enough. Right, well, they want us to move specifically to this ford here, so I guess that's what we'll do. Yeah, Butterbur becomes a new ring bearer. He's the keeper of the one ring of power. Farmer Maggot can kick Sauron's ass, yeah. Farmer Maggot and his dogs. Oh yeah, we were talking in the pre-stream segment, which was a lengthy one today, because we had a lot of nerdy Lord of the Rings stuff to talk about, but we were talking about differences between Peter Jackson's movies and the original books. Farmer Maggot is another one. They done did Farmer Maggot wrong in those films. Farmer Maggot in the books turns out actually to be a really nice guy. Frodo is scared of him at first because Frodo got chased by him once when he was a kid. But it turns out that Farmer Maggot is just an absolute chad of a hobbit, and he's awesome in the books, and they go and stay with him for a little while as they're making their way out of the Shire. Alright, we're going to fight Gazmog. Goblins of Moria at last! We're going to actually finally fight the hated foe. None of those Mirkwood Orc weirdos. Mountain Orc Hunters and Gazmog. Alright. Let's have at him then, shall we? It looks like we're doing a river battle as well, so they're going to be funneling at us across a river bridge or something, which is going to be hilarious. The balance of power here does not look very favourable towards the orcs, but we shall fight it out anyway.
For the king!
Ukrainian Cyrillic and Russian Cyrillic are not identical either. Well, there you go. There you go. I can eat my words now. It was officially not a very good example.
Fix yon foes with a fierce eye, my bairns. Turn his bowels to water, afore you cut him down!
I like the idea of Balin calling his guys his wee bairns. That seems like a very Balin thing to do. Oh, this is quite an interesting battle map, this, isn't it? This is not quite what I was expecting, I have to be honest. Where's the actual crossing, then? Difficult to say. I'm assuming it's this bit here. Where all these little rocks are. It does look quite shallow here, yeah. Interesting. Alright then. Yeah, they didn't make new voice lines for the dwarves, they basically just used the existing Scottish ones and made the pitch a bit lower. Mind you, there are new voice lines for a lot of the dwarf units, but yeah, for the general speeches they just went with the Scottish ones from vanilla. Most amusing. Oh, we're on a bit of a slope here, so I think I can probably deploy the archers behind the line. Righty. Erebor infantry at the flanks. I'm told, apparently, when you get to sort of mid-game, the Khazad-dûm is an absolutely incredible faction. They have so many good units. So I'm looking forward to that. Alright, we'll have the Dragon Slayers and Balin at the back. Our standard kind of formation here, really. And then we've got the Bjorning Cavalry. And we've got the Dale Cavalry. I don't know how much of a part they're going to play in this battle, but we'll see. And then we've got the actual Bjornings. Bjorning mercenaries, who, I'm sorry, but they are a little more expendable than everybody else, so they're going to be at the front. Besides, I definitely want to countercharge here, so they do need to be at the front. Should we have a little look at them before we get started, though? Bjorning Cavalry. Pretty cool. Got big beards on them. Of this I obviously approve. And so probably do the dwarves. Who's that up there? Oh, I almost forgot the labourers. Oops. Our poor civilians. There they are. Put them right at the back. Bjornings do terrifying damage if you manage to get a flanking charge or a rear charge off. Really? Good to know. Gorgeous, again, gorgeous, you know, unit models in this mod. All the units just look so good. Start battle. Let's do this. Let's have a look at them gobbos then, shall we? Even these guys look great. There. There. Look at those old faces. There. Where's Gazmog? Is he up here? That's Gazmog right there. Gazmog the Trouserless. And a pair of big orc bodyguards. The Angie. They look like tabletop models. I actually, very specifically, actually, the where are they? These guys, the Khazad volunteers, they look very, very similar to the Khazad-dûm warriors you can get for the tabletop game. Same shields, same kind of helmets, same kind of armor. And also these guys look very, very similar to the rangers, dwarf rangers you can get. Hoods, cloaks, the lot. Leather tunics, etc. No throwing axes, though. Just bows. Here they come. Big old column of goblins. Are they crossing? Okay, they're not crossing where I thought they would. That complicates things a bit, doesn't it? Quickly, everybody! Reposition. I thought they were going to cross here. Oh, the sneaky goblins. They've outmaneuvered me. Well, on the right side, they're going to have to fight up a ruddy great slope here, aren't they? We should actually really try and position ourselves right at the top of it. Unless... Oh, this is impassable. This seems to be impassable, which is interesting. Is it impassable? They seem to be coming up it. It's a slightly confusing battlefield, this. Alright, you know what? Bjornings, have at him. I was hoping for a more impressive charge there, boys. As in an actual charge. You know, where you get your big charge bonus.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be
I'm gonna bring the
ours.
Bjornings up around here and just, yeah, go around this side. Defeat seems certain for these goblins. Only a military genius could win this battle. I mean, big Bjorning with two-handed axe versus tiny goblin with two-handed axe. Yeah, it's only going to end one way, isn't it? Got arrows raining down on him as well. Excellent stuff. Yes, you could say that they are indeed fighting an uphill battle. Although this poor lad here has been gobboed to death. He was like the unit leader or something. You guys gonna be able to make this charge? I know it's a bit awkward. It's not a very short... It's a bit of a short distance. Yeah, that's not really what I had in mind. Alright, full back. That did not work the way I wanted it to in the slightest. Oh, they're pursuing. Okay. No, Bjornings fall back.
Get ready, dwarves. Grab your weapons.
Guard mode. We'll take it from here.
Only half the enemy force remains. Ready to fight.
This is not going to work, is it? You're not going to charge. No, you're not going to charge. Alright, just lure them away then. Some little goblin down there is just blowing his heart out on that horn. Oh look, you charged into my sort of elite infantry. That was not a very good idea, was it? Nah, now you're running away. Alright. No need to do anything crazy. Just stand fast. Could have had them form a shield wall, actually. I forgot that we could do that. Quite a few dead Bjornings there. I wasn't using them as effectively as I could have. But on the other hand, there's an absolute mountain of dead goblins, so... And we're about to add to it! That ain't there, lads! There's a mountain of corpses so big you could tunnel under it and name yourself king. You guys want to come up here and do this again? Really?
Advance.
I'm gonna shield wall. Why not? Look at them, they're changing direction. They're like, no, actually, we don't want to fight them. Oh no, here we go. To this day, I've never been totally clear on what the heck shield wall even does in Total War games. Even in Barbarian Invasion, I was not super clear on exactly what shield wall is supposed to do. I assume it gives you some sort of defense buff, but beyond that, I'm really not sure.
Get ready, dwarves. Riders.
You're under attack. Oh, goblins.
Riders. Double time.
Can the dwarves form a spiky phalanx like in the? I don't know actually. I don't. It doesn't look like we can with these units because we don't have any really guys really with spears. But some of the other dwarf factions might be able to do something like that because there's the Schiltrum formation, isn't there? In the
We ride as one.
in vanilla, and you could do a pike wall as well. So the mechanics exist probably to allow you to do that. Just don't know if there are any dwarf units that can do it in this mod.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
I did like the way they did the dwarves in Battle of Five Armies, actually. That's one of the things Peter Jackson's Hobbit movies got right, I think, is the way they portrayed the dwarves. And the way they fought. You know, they are meant to be some of the mightiest fighters in Middle-earth, you know. Mahal made them that way. You know, they were created in the time of Morgoth, and therefore he made them very stalwart warriors, but on purpose. And they came across that way in that film. And also, I like the fact that they did use big spears, because I think if I was a wee little dwarf fighting lots of big folk, I probably would want to use big spears. I mean, it's an interesting thing, because you wouldn't want to use a big spear.
The enemy general lies
Oh,
dead.
good, we got Gazmog.
Set the cart. The enemy army
Ah,
leaves
brilliant.
the field. After them, cut the cowards down.
You know, probably wouldn't want to use big spears if you're fighting in caves and things underground. But like if you're above ground, you probably are gonna want big stonking great big spears instead of a little axe.
Wait your command. Charge!
Now we're just gratuitously killing these gobos, and I don't even need to. I can end the battle now, it's not a problem. Let's see then. Did we actually lose any dwarves up here in the end? Doesn't look like we did. They fought their way up this hill, got to the top, and then were just like, nope. Got to the top and they realized just how many dwarves were actually waiting for them at the top of the hill. Because you can't see from down here. Just crested the top of the hill like, okay, no, let's go the other way. Might give the cav some XP. Yeah, I suppose so. Get some bonus XP for chasing down all the little dudes. This mod makes shield walls also slowly advance while defending. Interesting. It's quite effective at killing enemy units, but absolutely devastates the unit in the shield wall as well. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Orders completed, my king.
So we definitely don't want to use it all the time then. I remember you could achieve a similar effect to that, actually, in Rome Total War, if you took a unit from guard mode and then had them attack and then turned off guard mode, and they would sometimes just kind of surge forward through an enemy unit, killing dudes, but also becoming more vulnerable themselves. That's some of the things I really miss about the old Total War games, is the physicality that units had on the battlefield, being able to push and move each other around because they actually had mass value in the code. And then, you know, Empire Total War came along and actually got rid of that completely.
We have won here today.
Which is why you had hundreds of dudes with muskets and bayonets sort of morphing into each other on the spot and clipping into each other. We lost 56 guys. I think most of them were Bjornings. Let's have a look. Oh man, the Dwarven Travelers got a lot of kills with those bows. That was a target-rich environment for them. We did heal some of the Bjorning warriors as well. That's nice. Doesn't Warhammer have that? I mean, it to an extent, it sort of does and it doesn't. It's all a bit smoke and mirrors with Total Warhammer. They have units go flying when you charge into them, but it's like they're not going flying because there's actually a mass value programmed into the core battle engine. They're going flying because Creative Assembly have told them when the first guys die, when they get charged, they must do a flying backwards animation.
Aye, my king.
It sort of gives a funny sort of illusion of it being a lot like the old Total War games, but under the hood, it's quite different. Relations improved with the Dark Lord of Mordor. Very good. This part I do not understand at all, but okay. where Sauron likes this for some reason. Perhaps he's just been like, yes, split your resources. Go and fruitlessly attempt to take back Khazad-dûm and leave Erebor more vulnerable. Absolutely.
Where to?
Big fan of this plan.
Aye.
No more mercenaries available here, apparently. How does this mod work? Controlling your territory is important for us. Not right now, no. It will be eventually, though. Hornburg sieged. Alright, so things are going well for Gondor, but not very well at all for Rohan, it looks like. Theoden is dead, presumably, and now the fortress of Rohan is no longer a place of safety. Now the Deeping Wall is covered by stout defenders ready to repel an enemy onslaught. Hornburg itself is kept by a strong force of Helmingas, and among the best Rohirrim men-at-arms. The residents of the mighty Hornburg have found pride in its strength, and the Rohirrim have no will to let it change. They will fight to the death if need be to protect the stronghold. The storm is coming close, but the enemy will know the strength of Helm's blood in the strong arms of the Rohirrim. Good luck, boys. Sounds like you're getting absolutely knackered by Saruman, though. Anyway, so essentially right now we're kind of like a horde faction. We don't have any settlements of our own, just an army, and we're progressing across the map and doing a series of ultimately scripted battles, I think, along our way as we try and make it down here to Moria. Once we take back Moria itself, then we sort of transform into a more traditional faction where we control territory, and we'll be working to acquire more and, you know, all that sort of stuff. But one of the appeals to me for this faction immediately, as soon as I started playing around with it, was that, oh cool, we start off on a scripted quest with just a basic army and no territory at the beginning of the game, and I found that honestly to be really intriguing and cool, because it's so unusual.
Aye, forward. The men have marched ill in it.
Okay, so apparently Gondor is currently the absolute king of military power. None compare with Gondor right now. Clans of Enedwaith are apparently still the richest. Mordor has the most production and most population, which probably doesn't bode well for Gondor in the long run. But overall, the Kingdom of Gondor is the top dog at the moment, which is interesting to know. Yeah, we are hemorrhaging money a bit. Not a lot I can do about that, I don't think, other than maybe get rid of the Bjornings. I'm surprised they're costing me that much. Income minus 1,800. Most of it, okay, almost all of it is going out as King's Purse. Or wait, expenditure. Okay, so 1.2 grand is going on army upkeep. And then I'm getting a further minus 1,800, it's King's Purse. How much are the Bjornings costing me right now? Upkeep 255, 155, and the Dale guys are 300. So the Dale guys are actually my most expensive. But between the three of them, that's not that much, honestly. I mean, look, the upkeep for the Dwarven Travelers is 281. 260 for the Dwarven Labourers. So, as mercenaries go, they're not really very expensive at all. So I don't think there's anything we can do now other than just continue to hemorrhage money and hope we get to Moria in time. Hopefully the game will take pity on us and give us a big boost of extra cash before before it gets too dire. Alright, what are we dealing with here then? We've got High Chieftain Uglag.
I'm gonna stick you.
Faction leader of... Oh, he's the faction leader of Moria. Interesting. But we're here. We're pretty much at the mouth of Dimril Dale. Ooh, the Easterlings have taken over as the financial kings. And just like that, Mordor is now in charge when it comes to military as well. If I were a betting man, I would say I would bet good money on the fact that Gondor just lost a particularly big battle. I suspect that might be what happened there. Can I get the faction rankings up? Here we go. Mordor and Gondor. Oh no! Interestingly, alright. I think Gondor they went down a couple of turns ago, big time. They went right down, and they've come back. They've recovered a bit, but Mordor is just still increasing. I dig this dwarf music in the background, by the way. It's pretty good. Doesn't the assault on Minas Morgul didn't go that well? No. Baruch Khazad menu. Indeed. Shamuk, Master Karnok, and welcome. Oh, was I not filtering for military there? I thought I was. You're absolutely right. That was overall ranking. Aha. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. Look, I know it's really hard to see Gondor on this map because they've chosen a terrible color for them. But yeah, look at that. They've gone sharply down. Mordor has gone sharply up. Yeah, Gondor just lost a big battle. I don't know how easy that's going to be to see on the screen for you lads, but yeah, that's what happened there. That's how you order off the menu, second since, if you want to order death. Yes. If you wish to order an axe to the face, that would be the way to do it.
Where to?
Kingdom of Dale, outstanding. To think for a minute there, we had better relations with the elves than with Dale.
Have a taste of my blade.
He's not going anywhere right now, but will he attack us as I hit and turn? Be a bit foolish of him to do it, but who knows? No. So far, no, but I suspect when we move here, we'll get something. Anything changed here? Gondor's back in charge military-wise. Looks like Gondor have fought back. Let's have another look, shall we? It doesn't look like it's changed much, actually, but apparently Gondor's back in the lead again.
My lord.
Oh, here we go. Moria reached. You have reached Moria, one of the first settlements of the dwarves founded by Durin, the first king of the Longbeards in the First Age. Moria, also known as Khazad-dûm or Dwarves, lies beneath the three mountains named Baranzinbar, Zirakzil. Ah, man, I really struggle with Khazad-dûm. Ziraxigil and Bundushpathor. Moria is not only important for its spiritual value or the size of the settlement, but mostly because of the precious metal mithril, which can be found here. During the First and Second Age, Moria became a great settlement, which were allied with both elves and men. During this period, the door of Moria was created by the dwarf Navi and the elf Celebrimbor. The dwarves expanded Moria into a 7-level settlement with a great hall, many rooms like the Chamber of Mazarbel, tunnels, Durin's Bridge, and the Endless Stairs, which ascended from the lowest dungeon to the highest peak, where it terminated within Durin's Tower on top of the Ziraxigil, which you can actually see on the model they've done for Khazad-dûm, although you can't see it right now because it's sort of glitched out and completely disappeared. That's interesting. I don't know why that's happened, but earlier, when you could see the actual 3D model, they had modeled the tower on the very top, which is where, incidentally, Gandalf slays the Balrog. On the very top of Durin's Tower. Let's see. Where was I? Moria even survived the attacks of Sauron, but finally the settlement was lost to a demon, which could not be harmed by steel nor stone. In the deepness of Khazad-dûm, a Balrog of Morgoth awoke because of the mithril mining, and he killed King Durin VI and his son Nain. Or Nain. The dwarves had no choice but to abandon Moria and relocated to Erebor. Many centuries later, in 2790, driven from Erebor by the dragon Smaug, Thror, heir of Durin, attempted to re-enter his ancestral home despite warnings not to. He was slain by the orc chieftain Azog, a murder that precipitated the war of the dwarves and orcs, culminating in a bloody battle outside Moria's eastern gates 9 years later. That was the Battle of Azar-nul-Bizar, or Azal-nul-Bizar, or however you bloody pronounce it. The dwarves were victorious, but at a bitter cost, and they did not have the strength to face the Balrog, so once more, Moria was lost and the dwarves abandoned their campaign. Hopefully we will not see a repeat of that here now. Yes, for some reason Khazad-dûm has just turned completely invisible. Not sure what's going on there. There was a custom 3D model for it, and now it's gone. And it's just been replaced by a generic medieval town there. I'm not sure what that's about, really, but okay. It seems to... The arrow's still pointing to here. I'm going to save, and I'm just going to hit and turn. Playing Dwarf Fortress now, then. Hopefully soon, yes! I need to get another Dwarf Fortress playthrough going. Uh-oh. Didn't like the sound of that. Eastern Infestation. The journey has been long, but now the time has come. Khazad-dûm is an immense city and therefore will take time to rid the halls of the orc stench. We start with our assault at the eastern gate. We must assault the gate immediately, catching the goblins off guard. We know not whether Durin's Bane will be awaiting us inside, but we shall not let any creature get in our way. We got rid of that damn dragon after all. Surely this will be a wheeze. Right? Never mind the fact that the dragon was killed by Bard the Bowman and not by us, but...
Where to?
Right, yeah, it wants us to go straight there now. It's got a big red circle around it in case there's any ambiguity. I was hoping as I got closer it might reveal the nice 3D model again, but it doesn't sort of look like it, does it really? I think I'm gonna need to kill you first. Possibly. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna walk here and see if they attack me. I recognize you. I've played Shadow of Mordor. Dwarves have funny hang-ups on places they've on stuff they've made and places they've lived. I mean, you want to imply that humans don't? Ugh. Right, sorry, I'm trying to maneuver my mouse around the fat, fluffy rump of a cat right now who cares not that I'm trying to stream. He just cares that the mouse mat is comfy to lie on. Right, there we go. I've moved him over a little bit, although he's now leaning with one paw on the cursor keys, which I'm sure will not cause me any difficulties further down the line. Will this be available as a VOD on YouTube? Yep, just like the first one. I don't know whether to attack this guy or wait and see. If I attack now, maybe they'll have less on its way to be. But the thing is, I'd quite like to lay siege to Khazad-dûm itself and actually attack the city, and you know, get hopefully a cool, unique battle map or something. So I think I'm just going to save and see how this shakes down. Ooh, stuff's happening. Oh, I was worried they might do that. They brought up some reinforcements. But they're not attacking. A gift. We've been given 2,000 gold, which brings us up to 8. Oh dear. Alright then, well, let them come. For there is maybe just over 1,000 orcs yet, dwarves, I do apologise, dwarves yet outside Moria who still draw breath. Well, I butchered that, didn't I? Come on then. Balance of power is in our favour, that's good at least.
The time's come, lads. To arms!
Some very nice art of Galadriel. The loading screen art in this mod is just absolutely superb. I almost wish it didn't load quite so fast so I could sit there looking at it longer. Alright. Well, I like the look of it so far. It's snowing, for one thing, and also we have a nice big hill to sit on. I mean, it's hard to see anything because the snow is so bright. This is back in like the early 2000s when bloom lighting was considered by video game developers to be God's gift to graphics. And so every game from this period completely overdoes it with the bloom lighting. Oblivion was like this, especially if you had HDR lighting enabled. Yeah, Balin, Dragon Slayers. We got the Bjornings. We got the Bjornings. I'd like to maybe try and flank with them this time around. So let's pop them over there. Dale cavalry, Bjorning cavalry. Whoa, that's the Bjornings. I want the Bjorning cavalry over here. Dale cavalry over here. And the Dwarven Travelers. Can we pop them up on the hill here and give them some good lines of fire? I think so. Hopefully. I think they can get some work done from there. And then the labourers at the back. Alright, here we go.
Bringing in reinforcements.
Where are they bringing in reinforcements, though? Over there. Okay, that's fine. Fine, you can all group up and come at me. Come and fight me on my hill. I hope they come to me and they don't just sit there. That's the thing. Because I think I'm the attacker here, aren't I? Which might present some interesting issues. Ooh, they got Warg Riders. Those are not very nice doggos. Keep forgetting we've got cinematic mode with this mod. Put some big old black bars on the screen. It's the trick I like to use for intros to videos. If you just put black bars on the screen, it automatically looks more cinematic. Even if it's completely the wrong aspect ratio. It's a little cheat I like to use. Okay, well, looks like these guys are coming our way. The other half of them are hanging back. Buildings also had a bonus against what? Yeah, you're right, actually, they do. Yeah, they do. Bonus against what? I think the Dragon Slayers do it too. Yeah, bonus against camels, oddly enough, wargs, horses, and oliphants. But not dragons. And not trolls, as we found out last time. Though they were pretty good against the trolls. Am I also recording locally today? I'm actually not. And I hope it doesn't become a problem, but it wasn't one last time. Last time I discovered that Twitch didn't mute the VOD at all. Much to my complete surprise. It's very weird and arbitrary in terms of like what Twitch decides to actually mute, because every Dragon Age stream we do, they mute the pre-stream segment where one of the tracks from the soundtrack of that game is playing. You know, the credits music. I think it is. We need to make a note of that, actually. When we eventually finish Dragon Age, I need to remember that we'll have to skip the credits, tragically, because otherwise the VOD will be muted. Well, that section of the VOD will be muted, anyway. And yeah. But the last stream of this, no issues. No muting at all. So hopefully it should be fine again. And I think that the local recording might be what was causing the stuttering last time. So I don't know. I don't really want to do it unless I absolutely have to. If you catch my drift. Because I'm watching the stream on my other monitor right now, and I'm not seeing any of that micro stuttering we had last time. It's always annoying when that happens in the first episode, because it puts people off. I'm trying and provoke these guys at the moment, is what I'm trying to do. Oh, now you charge. It seems they are pretty determined not to fight us here. That's annoying. But we really need some good old-fashioned horse archers. Or a catapult. That would get them moving. I feel like we can't even see most of them at the moment. I feel like there should be more of them here than I'm seeing. Well, never mind. I guess we're going to have to leave our nice defensible hill. Which makes me sad. Oh, hello. Didn't even notice you guys over here.
We're watching you, scum.
Looks like at the moment they're still kind of... I'm actually just going to scout with the Bjornings right now. I'm not going to engage, I'm just going to scout with them. It looks like they're still getting that regrouping with their reinforcements, in which case maybe once they have done so, they'll actually start moving. And they've stopped. Did the VOD get demonetized on YouTube? Oh, yes, absolutely. I don't get anything from the VODs on YouTube for this series. It's just like Empire War in that regard. But that's okay. I believe that as a long-term investment, it's good to play things sometimes on the channel that even if they do get demonetized, in the interests of, you know, playing games what are good, and also fostering a bit of goodwill with the audience for continuing to do that. Oh, bye. Those archers are meaner than you thought they would be. Ooh, are they giving chase? No, they're withdrawing again. Who gave these goblins permission to be so clever? This is outrageous. Hey Poodle, thanks very much for the 56-month subbage. Much appreciated. And Spiced, appreciate the gift sub there, that's very generous of you. I'm having a bit of a beard malfunction right now, guys. I don't really know how else to describe it. My moustache is being a bit unruly, and it's tickling my nose. I need to trim it. It's very, very, very distracting. I'm trying not to sneeze the entire time. The armies of El Goblino. And they are. I still feel like there ought to be more of them than that. Squats in 40k, yes. They're dwarves, but not dwarves. I mean, they're literally not dwarves. They're humans. They're abhumans, like ratlings. And ogrins. So they're not proper dwarves at all. They are essentially a bunch of humans that have evolved on a planet to be slightly shorter and wider than regular humans, and who go around LARPing as Lord of the Rings dwarves. that's who the squats are in 40k. I'm not even kidding. That's pretty much what they are. They're a bunch of slightly short, fat humans that go around pretending they're dwarves. It's kind of a weird trip, really, because, like, canonically, the works of J.R.R. Tolkien do exist in the 40k universe. So it reminds me of that episode of Star Trek from the original series where there's that whole planet of humans who found, like, a book about 1920s gangsters in Chicago and modeled their entire society on it. That is the slightly preposterous vibe I get from the Leagues of Votan. It's like they found a really old copy of Durin's Folk and the Hill of Sorcery and just decided they were going to organize their entire society on those lines. It's proper weird. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about the Leagues of Votan, honestly. When they kind of originally were like, we're bringing back squats, I was like, way awesome, space dwarves, sign me up. And then the more and more they released of them, and the more of the models they've shown off, the more I've just kind of been like, they're not really doing it for me, I'm afraid, guys. I kind of like their background lore. I like the whole AI thing they've got going on. I like that they're a sort of mercantile faction, because there was a big gap in the 40k faction roster, in my opinion, for that sort of faction, one that's sort of a very aggressively mercantile. I feel like that works, but the models just are not doing it for me. They look too much like Space Marines. I have the same problem with the Adeptus Mechanicus in 40k as well. Love their lore. Can't stand the models. Right, we're going to be advancing under arrow fire here. None of this is going to be pretty. This is going to suck. There's no two ways about it, really. This is going to suck. Alright, lads. Let's go. Do they at least have choppers and horned helmets? Nope. They have like orange glowy power sword things, and they have big round bubbly helmets, like spacesuit helmets. They're not very dwarfy, really, actually. That's the funny thing about them, I suppose, is they're not actually very dwarfy at all. Even their beards are a bit crap. Oh boy, here we go. We are hilariously outnumbered. Let's try and get the labourers somewhere vaguely safe. Let's get the Bjornings moving this way. They can at the very least engage those Warg Riders if they decide to get involved. I don't really know what to do with my Dale Cavalry. I guess they're just going to sit here and countercharge anything that comes this way.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
We have the stubbornness of dwarves we can fall back on as well if we really need to in a bit of a hurry. Oh, Wargs inbound? Nope, they're withdrawing. Okay. They thought about it for a minute. Oh, excellent, right. The Bjornings are chopping up these Wargs. Good, good, good.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Alright, get stuck in. Dragon Slayers. Maybe I can use the Dale Cavalry to sort of chase off some archers. Okay. I think you've killed all the wargs. Yep, they're running away. I'm trying to... There we go. I'm having difficulty double-clicking properly right now. It's a weird thing to say, but it's cat-related. How the Dragon Slayer's doing? Oh, looks like some of them are... Yep, they're routing. It's in the bag, boys. Get a Bjorning charge in the back here. Oh, we're not even going to get there. The frightening Bjornings are just making them all run away. I love it.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
This is not a scripted battle, so we do need to kill these guys. No, stop shooting that way, you morons.
The enemy are
shooting at our own cavalry.
They have lost half their men. Alright, we're not done yet, like, guys. We're not done yet. Where are my Dragon Slayers? I want you over here. Those Warg Scouts are being very... Are they... Ah, they have crossbows. That's why they're being so skittish. Alright. I might need to use the Dale Cavalry to chase him down. Hey! Let the crows have his miserable bones, and let our swords have his men.
Brilliant. One of the Bjornings beheaded him.
Look how our cowardly foe runs. It is time to press the attack.
Where are my Bjorning cavalry at? There you are. Right, if you guys can catch them, there you go, like so. Right, Dragon Slayers, get in there. Who's that up there at the front? Oh, there's a bunch of Khazad volunteers that just ran all the way up here chasing these guys. Alright then, fine. Alright, Dale Cavalry have taken a bit of a beating in this battle, but they've done a grand job, so no complaints. Alright, Dragon Slayers, finish these wargs off. Beautiful.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We have set the cart to hell.
Excellent. Captain Bolsmoog. Actually, no, ignore them. Go after these stupid Snaga archers.
The enemy army flees the field.
Brilliant.
After them. Cut the
Right, now
cowards
just
down.
kill as many of them as you can, and you guys stop it, dude. I think at least a few of our Dale cavalry were killed by our own bows. I'm not happy about that.
Ready to
Left the damn archers unsupervised, and they started making some really weird target priority decisions.
keep those axes ready. Forward!
You thought the general would die? I'd be amazed if we managed to get Balin killed by goblins. The man has 8 hit points. I think that's more hit points than a troll has.
My axe grows restless.
And he has a lot better stats than a troll, to boot. So,
Riders!
who's left? It's just these. Troll's had 5 HP, so yeah, he does. He has 3 more hit points than a troll. This little Uruk here is taking some killing, apparently. You gonna finally get him? There you go.
Be in awe of the victory we have won here today.
That is a lot of dead goblins, isn't it? We lost 242 men. They lost almost 10 times that. Slightly over, in fact. How many casualties did we heal? A few. Not bad. Our Khazad volunteers are looking a bit bruised at the moment. But we've killed the majority of the goblins around here now. I don't think a Total War 40k is going to be a thing that happens, man. It just 40k does not present the kind of battles that would work in the Total War engine. You know, they don't. In 40k, you do not get 2 big armies that line up in a field and have at one another. It doesn't work like that. Enemies captured. First time we've had one of that. Pardon my momentary confusion there. My speechless moment of bemusement. But we haven't had this dialogue yet so far in the game. No, we do not ransom goblins. We definitely don't release them.
Victory!
Enemy camp sacked. Good tidings, our men have found the enemy camp and claimed anything of worth. We should be able to make some coin out of this victory. Hey, nice. Got some money. Oh boy, there's still more, isn't there? Don't worry, little brother. There's more. And look, the nice custom model's back. That's good. There you go. There's Durin's tower at the top there, where Gandalf kills the Balrog. Goes toppling off down the side. Now, with what we've got left, we have to try and make it in through the gates.
Aye, closing on the enemy. Aye, starting with the siege.
Oh, it's going to be a proper siege then. I wonder if we'll get a cool custom battle map or not. That'd be interesting to see. Well, I suppose we'll get a ram and... Ooh. Ladders are not required, apparently, but siege towers are. Interesting. Maintain the siege. Maybe, if we're lucky, they'll sally forth and attack us, which would make things a lot easier. No, there are no mercenaries out here. Not in the Dimril Dale, I'm afraid. We're on our own. It's getting squeaky bum time. This we're gonna if we take this place, we're not gonna have a lot left. But the important thing is we do need to take it, otherwise the whole campaign's a complete failure. We have to take it within a certain time limit too, if I recall. There's no way to see that on the screen anywhere, but pretty sure that's a thing. Who's top dog at the moment? Gondor's still top in military. Yeah, it's all staying pretty static now, isn't it? Eastling's still best on financial.
Aye. Marching to battle, sire. We have them hold up nicely, sire.
Let's continue. So it's not translated very well in the film, Cranium Blood. But basically, what happens is Gandalf falls with the Balrog down into that pit, and then fights a running battle with him all the way back up from the pit, right up to that's what he says, from the darkest pit to the tallest peak or something like that. I forget the exact quote, but he fights the Balrog all the way up through Moria, up the stair, up to the top of Durin's tower, right there, and that's where he kills the Balrog. So, safe to say they have a pretty epic fight, and virtually all of it is off screen. That's a long battle. Well, they're two you know, incredibly powerful beings, right? The Balrog and Gandalf. They're both Maya or whatever they're called. They're extremely powerful beings, and therefore they have an incredibly long battle. I mean, you know, you look back at like the First Age stuff, and you had like elves fighting hordes of orcs for multiple days without rest. Yeah, like the Silmarillion is full of that stuff.
My lord. Marching to engage the enemy, sire.
Well, we've got a ram and 4 siege towers. I think I want more. I think I want a siege tower for virtually every melee unit I've got. So that'd be, we need 1, 2, well, one for Balin as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, maybe not including the Bjornings. Maybe the Bjornings can carry the ram. So yeah, we need more.
Aye, sire. Proceed.
Come and fight me, you damn goblins. Stop being clever. Lorien is under attack. The power of the Lady Galadriel wanes. The enemy has pierced the veil that protects the Goldenwood. What manner of foul sorcery does the enemy employ which can overcome the enchantments of the lady? Lothlorien has been overrun by the foes of the Galadrim. The border wardens prepare to make a last stand to protect the Malon trees. The invaders must be turned back. The land of blossoms dreaming cannot fall. See, that's concerning. Oh, the Hornburg is sieged again. Okay. That's concerning because Lothlorien is like right there. I think Maya with an R at the end might be the plural, and Maya with an A at the end is the singular or something. I don't remember. Debt collector will come soon and break my kneecaps. Yeah.
Aye.
Oh, hello. There's a Lothlorien diplomat here. Hi there. How you doing? If you're gonna come in here and ask me for help, it's not gonna be forthcoming.
Aye. closing on the enemy.
6 siege towers might have to do. We're on the clock here. Oh boy. That balance of power looks grim. What have they got? Mountain Uruks. Yeah. Heavy Goblin Halberd. Alright.
The time's come, lads, for the king!
Interesting. Did I even need the siege towers? Oh boy, I think we might have wasted a whole bunch of turns by building these siege towers.
Yon loons mean to kill ye. Best be at them afore they try.
Yeah, I don't think we needed the siege towers. Oh wow, look at this. How awesome is this? This is obviously the bit we need to capture here, it looks like. There's Durin's Bridge. That debt accumulated for nothing. Yeah, part of me is really tempted to reload now, actually. But I don't know when my last save was, so fuck. Alright, never mind. Never mind. I can always use the console to cheat some more money in. I know we had about plus 300 when we kind of began the siege, so. The dwarves never hear of safety railings, mate. It's a siege defense mechanism. It's not there for safety. It's quite the opposite, man. You know, the real woman's much thinner than this, but obviously it needs to be this wide for total wargame purposes. But you know, it's not built for safety on purpose. This is the front door. This is where the enemy will come in. You know, and you want to funnel them all across a really tiny bridge with no guardrails. That's the whole point. Sides. You implying that dwarves need guardrails in their own mountain homes? By my beard, I've never been so insulted. How do regular visitors cope? They don't, yes. Regular visitors being orcs. The cat is. I'm sorry. We're having a bit of a Colin intermission at the moment because he's just sort of gotten up and is demanding chin scritches. He is a sort of. Are you getting up now? Are you waking up? Are you starting to think about getting some food? Is that what's going on here, cat? He sat up now. He's having a big yawn. Oh, he's getting down from the desk. The beast has awoken from his slumber. And now he wishes to feast. But he'll have to wait a bit longer. Okay, well this'll be fun. How far down here can we deploy exactly? We can actually deploy inside the gate. Alright, boys. Well, drop your completely useless siege towers. If you please. I think I'm gonna put... know how to do this. I think we may need to go in here single file. If possible. Oh, it's like town pathfinding here. It's gonna get really funny about where I can put my dwarves. I'm just thinking I might need to send the beefier guys up there first. On this one, considering our opposition. Of course, with all these nice defences, like Durin's Bridge, we're now being somewhat hoisted by our own petards here because we're having to deal with said defences ourselves. How amusingly foolish was that? You want to bring some horses into Moria, guys? Well, that might be about to happen. Okay.
Axes! Forward! Axes! Forward! There's a battle coming. I know it. Forward! Let's get in there! Advance! Get ready, dwarves! Forward! Grab your weapons! March! Grab your weapons! Advance! Archers! Advance!
You guys, not allowed to shoot anything right now. I don't trust you not to do something really stupid. Well, nothing so far. Start making your way across.
Get ready, dwarves! March! I will lead the dwarves, and they shall fear the sight of our dwarves! March!
I wonder if fear effects from infantry stack. Like, I'm wondering if I should have the Dragon Slayers and the Bjornings together for maximum fear effect. There's a Mountain Blade Warband Lord of the Rings mod. Yeah, I think there is. Pretty sure. I think someone's making one for Bannerlord as well. Problem is, I'd want to play as a dwarf, which means that I wouldn't be using horses, and not using horses kind of sucks in Mountain Blade. So maybe I could ride one of those pigs around, like from the Hobbit movie, or one of those goats the other guys are riding. Because Dayan and he rides around with that big battle pig, doesn't he? And then they have that goat cavalry. And then the bridge breaks. Are you implying something about dwarven craftsmanship there, sir? Should I be offended? Because I feel offended.
Forward! Keep those axes ready. Grab your weapons! Grab your weapons! Forward. Get ready, dwarves! Advance! Archers! Advance! Archers! Advance!
Actually, depending on if the enemy makes an appearance or not, it might not be a bad idea to have archers on this side of the ravine. But so far, the goblins are conspicuous by their absence. Ah, here they are. They're all huddled in here. That's foolish of them, really, if you think about it. I mean, they've got... It's not like they have a shortage of choke points, to be fair, but I feel like the bridge would have been a much better one. No, Balin's in here. Balin's right here. Somewhere. Where are you, Balin? There you are. Pretty sure the Total War AI is just going, what the hell is this nonsense to all of this? Yeah, probably. It doesn't know what on earth to do with itself. If we try and move you guys up here, see if that provokes a reaction.
Forward! I will lead the dwarves into battle. Let's get in there! Advance! Get ready to weapons!
Get the awnings all the way up here as well. The sort of the kicking up dust effect doesn't really work in here, does it? It kind of just makes us look like we've all got stink clouds coming off us. We got no time limit, thankfully, so let's just speed this up and take our sweet time, I guess. Imagine dwarves remembering to bathe. How dare you? The dwarves have the finest hot springs in all of Middle-earth. Nobody builds better bathhouses than the dwarves. Uh-oh, okay. We're being shot at. Oh, goody! They can shoot from all the way over there, wow. Apparently, yes, they can. I'd call shenanigans, they're shooting through the ceiling. Look at the trajectory of those arrows! Oh wait, no, they are coming through here, alright, fair enough then. No, okay, no, some of them are definitely coming through the ceiling. Alright. Right, this is going to be painful. We're just going to have to deal with it. Come on, boys. Maybe Balin will finally pop stubbornness to the dwarves in this battle. Oh, and on top of everything, Colin has decided he wishes to leave the room. Alright, hold on, folks. I'll be right back. Oh god, I hope this doesn't crash or something when I alt-tab back in, but... Be right back. Actually, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go feed him and shut the cat flap, so I might be 5 minutes here, but I'll be back. Right, I'm back. Dwarven insults. What's the one from... what's the one they use in the films? Ishkak fi aid durug nul. I pour my excrement on the face of the hairless jawed ones. I think it means. Naked jawed ones, I think, actually, specifically. Alright, fingers crossed. Hey, we're good. Alright, leg it, lads. Get up there. Very obligingly moved back from the choke point, haven't they? That's going to suck trying to get to those archers. Oh, they're shooting at you now, huh? That will not do. Go on, lads. Go on, laddies. Pathfinder's going to screw us here, but I'd like to try and get somebody around the side here and have a go at those goblin bodyguards. Oh, yeah, okay, we're managing it.
Battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Oh, here we go. Bringing up the halberdiers. If we get you guys on the other side of this ramp, on the reverse slope there, maybe you'll be a bit less vulnerable to incoming arrow fire. We can only hope. Maybe I can get some of my own archers up here to fire back, I guess, maybe? Don't know how much luck they'd have. The labourers can stay at the back here. Can we try and get the Bjornings in here somehow? Just try and sneak them in around the side there. I'd really like their fear effect. Oh no, the dwarves and elves is interesting in Lord of the Rings because it's very specifically the wood elves that the dwarves have issues with. The Noldor elves, the high elves, they actually have historically had good relations with. It's the Sindar elves that they have bad blood with, and it goes all the way back to the Silmarillion. Alright, the Bjornings have managed to get in here. Okay. Have a go at these mountain Uruks. I don't know if they're going to be a very good match, if I'm honest, but we'll have a go. They're fighting some of the goblins too. Ooh, spear throwing, is it? Well, the meat grinder has begun. Can you guys shoot at the goblins at the back there? Try and have a go. See if our arrows can pierce the ceiling as well. Looks like maybe they can. Yeah, enjoy that. See how you like it. Winded, tired. I think when we get to like very tired, that's going to be when we pop Stubbornness of the Dwarves. Look at this random Bjorning guy. He's stuck in the middle of the Dwarves. And this one here as well. Hopefully we'll kill quite a few of these gobbos as they try and sort of charge into us here. Bring up some of the reserves here. Try and sneak you guys around the side like we did with the Bjornings. I feel like it didn't really work, did it? An attempt was made. It did not work. Oh, I like this guy with the big spear. Oh, I thought this guy how it was one wielding the spear there. I was like, that's a big old spear for such a little dwarf, but no, it's the Bjorning in front of him. You know what the best part of this is? The Balrog hasn't even shown up yet. We're only taking the Eastern Gate at the moment. We've still got like 2 more settlements to get through. I think we might be screwed.
Winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
It would be more fun, yes, if there were like alternate routes to go around to flank a little bit, but I guess that would defeat the point of, you know, Moria's defenses being what they are.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Well, that's good to hear, but I feel like we've lost half of ours as well. What are they doing? Walking into a wall. Very good. I mean, I've sort of kind of what I've been trying to do, Django, but let me just sort of... There's a big piece of impassable terrain here. That's making it virtually impossible to get around them. I don't think there's really much we can do here other than just turn on time compression and watch the grinder go. Alright, I've popped the ability. Get stuck in as well, boys. There's only 6 Bjornings left, man.
the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
We're making a bit of space over on here on the right side, which is good. Get him, laddie! Get him! Batter him! He's got more blood on him than you have. Smack him! God, they have a lot of armor, these guys. They've got a lot of defense. He is not dying. He's going ham at him with his axe, though. Look at him go. Oh, the counterattack. Oh, no. Don't let up. Come on, get him.
The battle is very
Uruks are indeed sturdy buggers, yeah.
remain true and steadfast. Victory will be ours.
Oh, that was brutal. Come on, I believe in you. You grey-bearded old sod. Did he do it, or did that Uruk just run away? I think he's still fighting him. Oh, he's just taken a minute out of his day to kill a goblin. Now he's back to the Uruk. Oh, these Uruks are ridiculously tough. This is absurd. Oh, that's good.
Let the crows have his miserable bones.
That's something, at least.
Let our swords have his men.
Delosh, Conqueror of Moria, has been I think we got him! He's dead! That bastard's dead. We've moved on to a new one. We're going to go hack at this goblin standard bearer for a minute. Unfortunately, the goblins are still impetuous, so killing their general seems to have made very little difference. Oh, we're on to someone else now. So Uruk's just turned around like, what the hell's going on? There's this weird little dwarf. Oh, you're in trouble now, mate. You've got yourself surrounded by like 5 of them. Oh, dude. Bit off more you could chew there, I think, mate. I shall paint one of my dwarf warriors for the tabletop to look like this guy in honor of his sacrifice. Look at him go. Oh, there he goes. Finally. How are we getting on? We're winning. We're winning. It's just costing us. It's a classic dwarven Pyrrhic victory, which is what we're about to get here, I think.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
But we'll control a settlement, and that's going to suddenly make things very interesting, I think. Amazingly, there's still 4 Bjornings alive. Yeah, we're hacking our way through the goblins, no problem. It's those Uruks in the middle that are causing us a lot of grief. Literally. Dragon Slayer's down to 20. They're down to 18 now. 5 Khazad volunteers left there, 8 Erebor infantry. I don't know how I was supposed to go about this any other way, honestly. The map just does not permit you any other options. Which kind of sucks. Maybe going through Mirkwood to begin with was just the worst idea. We should maybe not have gone through Mirkwood or something. I don't know. I think he was. I mean, I probably is supposed to be bloody. It's just I don't know how we recover from this afterwards. I'm gonna be curious to see whether or not the mod takes into account the fact that we're gonna be virtually on our last legs by this point. And we haven't even retaken the whole place yet. I don't think it would have worked, JB. They would have just sat up here shooting arrows at us. And the problem with us dwarves is that we're too slow, really, to pull off maneuvers like that. I don't want to bring the cavalry up here because they'll just get murdered. I could bring the laborers up, which is really, that's when things are really truly desperate. You send those guys in. We have cav, but as I just said, they will get absolutely murdered in a meat grinder like this. These are crappy cavalry to begin with, but just throwing them face first into a mosh pit with a bunch of Uruks is a great way to just completely throw them away. Trust me, guys, it's not a good idea. The idea is using the dream that drag them down the heart. They wouldn't. I've been playing these games for I don't know how long. The AI doesn't work like that. They're not coming out from their little square up here. All we would succeed in doing is get a ton of horses shot at by arrows and killed. I mean, you saw how quickly the Bjorning cavalry started dying when they got shot at last time. It would have absolutely massacred them. I think the only thing that probably would have... Oh! Hurrah! The only thing I think that probably would have made them move is if we had a catapult. And we started shooting. And even then, you can't really be sure with the Total War AI. They may have just stood there and been shelled. We're nearly there, though. Just these last few Uruks. Come on, Dragon Slayers. Dragon Slayers and Balin's personal guards. Need your help to finish these guys off. There goes another one. There's like 3 of them left now. And then there were 2. And then there were none.
This is a clear victory.
We did it, but at what cost? We lost nearly 500 guys. Casualties healed. A lot of the Erebor infantry were healed, actually. Like, a lot. That surprises me a bit. With them came the bodyguard of Bolg, goblins of huge size with scimitars of steel, much like those lads we just fought. Well, that's something. We've got Khazad-dûm east.
Glory to the king.
Occupy.
Victory, sire.
See, this is a weird one, because it's like, we're going to kill 2,200 goblins. But, like, we shouldn't really... I'm just going to occupy. I think that's probably the correct choice. I'm not sure, though. Alright, we actually control the settlement now. We have no friggin' money, because I sat around building siege towers and I didn't need to. Hi, Lord Balin, liberator of Khazad-dûm. Rejoice, one of our lost cities have been reclaimed by our noble general. This glorious victory, in which we triumphed over our enemies, made a hero out of our general to our people, and they are already calling him the liberator. +1 troop morale, +1 command attacking walls, and +1 acumen. New seat of power. Moving the seat of power to another settlement opens a new chapter in the history. Soon, the new capital will be the place where the majority of the noblemen live. Although there was a temporary disorder in the nation, life is starting to be peaceful once again. New capital is a shining example of your wisdom and will surely help in governing the country more effectively. Blah, blah, blah. Misty Mountains reached. You've reached the Misty Mountains, a huge mountain range which is inhabited by orcs and other creatures, running for 795 miles from north to south between Eriador and the valley of the Great River, Anduin, and from Mount Gundabad in the far north to Isengard in the south. Alright. We've got Khazad-dûm. And we're not giving it up in a hurry. We can recruit things. Look. Zenith Guard. Look at those stats. 34 defense. Khazad sentries. More Khazad volunteers, more Dwarven travelers, spy and diplomat as well. Now it'll be easier. Kappa. Sure. Oh god. Projected profits 154. I might have to fix the money with the console because I did not realize that we didn't need siege towers to attack Moria. I didn't realize we could just march straight in. So we sat around there for like 5 turns, accruing debt. When we didn't need to, and I didn't want to reload because I didn't know when my last save game was, so I might have to fix that. With the console. Medieval 2 gold cheat. Let's see. Add _money. Oh, yeah, that's like it when console commands are nice and simple. I'll just go wait for the game to load back in now. I'll just bring us back to 0, which is probably roughly where we would have been anyway. If I can remember how to open the console, here we go. Add _money. 8191. Which brings us back to exactly 0. We've managed to wipe our debts. To who exactly, I don't know. Let's drop a save. Khazad-dûm 3. And in the turn, see what happens now. Alright, the Lothlorien diplomat is like, I'm out of here. This is not going to end well. Goblins incoming. Oh boy. Oh good, we're about to be under siege. Yep, there it is.
Sire, the enemy lay siege to our walls.
Ooh, a gift from the council. 2,000 gold. And also... Owen has now become a separate general. Awesome. That's cool. Doesn't help us much right now, but... Oh, hold on. Hold on. We just got a bunch of free stuff. Okay. Owen, proven commander. Ori. I think we've got Ori as well here somewhere. Possibly. Dwarven pony. Raven of Erebor. Oh, is Ori like a spy or a diplomat or something? Balin has a mithril coat now, which gives him another 5 hit points. Dude has like 13 hit points now. What the hell? Okay. And he's now the High Lord of Khazad-dûm. Okay. Alliance announced between Anduin Vale and Lothlorien. So the Beornings and Lothlorien are allies. But we are under siege. That's the bad news. Would have been nice to recruit some Khazad Center. We can't get Zenith Guard yet because it turns till next available Unit 27 because that whole sort of, I don't know if you recall, there was an event thing at the very start of the campaign that mentioned that a barracks event happens like 60 turns into the game, and that's what allows you to recruit your best units. So we can't get Zenith Guard yet, as much as I'd like to, because they are amazing. We can't get any yet. We've got Khazad sentries, which are decent. They're a little more than they're sort of like companions to Khazad volunteers, right? They're spearmen for one thing. They have slightly worse attack and slightly better defense, essentially, versus the Khazad volunteers. That's how that works. Let's see. Ori! Ori, yes, he is a diplomat. Marvelous. He has the Book of Mazarbel. He has a Raven of Erebor. And a Dwarven pony. Translator. Biography. Ori is not a member of the royal line of Erebor, but he still played an important role in the reclamation of the great city, and he accompanies Balin now as the official scribe and documentarian. Natural mediator, poor diplomat. Well, I guess those two cancel each other out. Alright. Go and say hello to Lothlorien, I suppose. Might not be a bad first stop. Owen, we don't have much for you to do at the moment, mate. You're just going to have to sort of sit there. Going to assist in the defense of the city, I suppose. So what can we build, assuming we're not under siege? Brewery. Any Dwarf settlement that could be considered civilized is guaranteed to have its own brewery. Culture increase bonus. Mining network. Oh, that's something we're obviously going to want. We are dwarves, aren't we? Pig farm. Healer's post. Durin's armory. Provides a garrison when assaulted. Miners' quarters. Enables training of Zenith Guard. Tavern. Market. Master Stoneworkers Hall. That's a good one to get. No building slots in this, unlike the later Total War games, so you can have as many of these as you want. Grain Exchange Orcs. Moving swiftly on. Mines, Orcs. I don't know if I should get rid of that just yet. I might hold on to it. Building ground, Orcs. Dirt paths, in practice range, Misty Mountains. A little bit of information about the province. Huge city brackets Gondor. Okay then. The Chamber of Mazarbel. Chamber of Records in Khazad-dûm. The Chamber of Mazarbel is located on the 7th level of Khazad-dûm, 6 levels above the East Gate. It is north of the 21st Hall, on the right hand or east side of the corridor. The main entrance from the corridor is a stone door on hinges. The Chamber of Mazarbel is a large square room. There is a window shaft high in the eastern wall, and below it is a second door leading to a downward staircase. Records were kept in wooden, iron-bound chests that were set in recesses in the walls. When Balin came to reclaim Khazad-dûm in 2989, he set up his seat in the Chamber of Mazarbul, and the dwarves lived in the 21st Hall nearby. The dwarves kept a record of their expedition, which was known as the Book of Mazarbul. Retraining costs reduced by 20%. Nice. Anything else unique? The Bridge of Khazad-dûm. Building income, increase the tradable goods, free upkeep units. The bridge between the first hall and the second hall of Khazad-dûm, which spans an abyss of unmeasured depth. On the west side of the bridge is the second hall. On the east side is a doorway and a broad staircase which leads up to a wide passage to the first hall, beyond which was the east gate. The bridge is a 50-foot-long stone curve with no railings, so narrow that people have to walk single file across it as a preventative measure against invaders. Yeah, so like I said, it's not meant really to be safe. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this seems like an ideal stopping point. Friendlies are meant to go inside the western door. Yeah, actually, that is true. That is absolutely true. Friendly people lived on this side, the Elves of Hollin and whatnot. Mostly bad people on this side. Feels good to be on the occupying side of the siege. I mean, yeah, on the other hand, it's like, I'm wondering if I should sally forth and attack them before they bring up reinforcements. And before they are able to just siege me out and let my guys starve to death. Well, to be fair, Hamov, Galadriel didn't live here when Khazad-dûm was still occupied by the dwarves, so... Yeah, there's not a lot we can do with you, is there, Owen? I mean, it's a long walk all the way around if you wanted to try and flank him, innit, mate? All the way down here. It would have to be a very big drawbridge to kind of cover that kind of a gap, wouldn't it, though? A very big drawbridge. A very, very big one, and also, I don't know how structurally sound a drawbridge of that length would be. Who's winning? It's difficult to say. At the moment, we get some updates on what's going on, but we have the fog of war prevents us from really seeing. Gondor seem to be doing okay so far. Apparently they did lay siege to Minas Morgul at some point. And they are the top military ranking faction. Rohan is getting their asses kicked. The Hornburg has been besieged twice now, and Theoden is dead. So it's a mixed bag out there, really. Lothlorien was under siege, although I don't think it is anymore.
Awaiting your command. Of course, sire. Today's journey is over.
I'd be amazed if the elves didn't absolutely murderize anyone who came and tried to lay siege to the place, because elves have some astonishingly OP stats in this game. Especially the high elves. Projected profits don't look too bad. That's nice to see, at least. Yeah, I think we're going to stop here. I think we're going to stop here for tonight. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a pleasure. We have taken back Khazad-dûm, sort of. We're like 50% of the way there. But the last 50% is going to be the real struggle. And Durin's Bane still has yet to show itself.
I'm gonna stick you.
Because he's not among any of these stacks of units here.
Have a taste of my blade.
I have to assume if he appears at all, it'll be as some sort of scripted battle. So...
Aye, my king.
yeah. Ooh, you have Zenith Guards, your bodyguards, huh? I guess Balin has some unique ones then. Can't actually look at them right now, but... oh, look, he has a title and everything. High Lord Balin, Liberator of Khazad-dûm. Bit of a premature title, that, boys, but okay. Not sure how well this version of Total War would deal with a hero unit like that. I mean, the Balrog was in original Third Age Total War. But it was a bit weird. I have to assume it will make an appearance here somewhere. It should do. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Ladras is called players. I mean, yeah, they probably are. I mean, what someone noted in the comments for the YouTube video, the first video in the series on YouTube, I should say, the elves are a bit OP in this because they're able to recruit huge armies, which in the lore they really should not be able to at this stage. You know, there's a reason that the elves don't simply march on Mordor and get rid of Sauron in the Third Age. It's because they can't. There's not enough of them remaining in Middle-earth to do that. But in this game, you know, you can still recruit a huge army of Noldor elves and go rampaging across the map with them. But yeah, you know, whatever. It's a bit like Bree being a faction and a bit like the Dunedain being a faction with territory as well. It's sort of a weird deviation from the lore for the sake of making it more fun to play. Unlimited elves. Anyway, I've already saved the game. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed. We have made it to Khazad-dûm. We have taken we've taken Durin's Bridge. We've taken the first and second halls, and now we have to fight off the horde of goblins that's come rampaging in this direction because they're quite annoyed about that fact. At least this time we're on the defense. Although, as I said, I may want to sally forth and go and punch them in the face before they can bring up the rest of their reinforcements. I don't know. Could be that if I actually try and attack these guys, they'll just retreat instead of fighting me. In which case, that means I can break the siege. I can get Owen, sorry, not Owen, Owen, I do apologize, into the walls at least, and I can maybe recruit a unit until they come back. But those will all be problems for next week because, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow evening with some Dragon Age. Probably. I have to get up very early to go to the hospital on Monday morning. So I don't know. I mean, I probably will still stream Dragon Age, but I might have to stop a bit sooner than normal, just to make sure I get a good night's sleep. But we'll see. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very much. I'll see you with more of this next week, and have a good one. Toodaloo. I'm afraid I can't get Alf on to do any more Divinity Weary. Alf is he just doesn't have any time for streaming at the moment. Unfortunately, he's had to pick up another job because well, you know, cost of living crisis. Yay! So he doesn't have any time to stream at the moment, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, so there's not going to be any more Divinity for a while, I don't think. I'll let you know as soon as I have more information. Anyway, That's it, folks. I'll see you next time. Dooloo.